Did Islam raise the woman's status in society? We'll see in this video how Allah and His Prophet honored women and made them equal, even better in rights than men. But first, see the result of the teaching of Muhammad in the 21st century.
جوان هستن ولکن به خدا خلقشون کرده برای استفاده مردها، فقط واسه که مردا وحشت نکنن این زنها رو به شکل خود انسان خلق کرده، اگر نه اینها عین همون گاو و گوسفند و عین همون اسب و شتر و الاغ هستن.
Now let's dive into the literature. In Surah Al-Baqarah 221, give not your daughters in marriage to idolaters. But in Surah Al-Ma'idah 5, men are allowed to do that. Also in Surah Al-Baqarah 223, your wives are a tilth for you, so come to your tilth as you wish, and send forth good deeds for yourselves. Do whatever with your wives, so you are favorable with Allah. Verse 228. Divorced women must wait 3 monthly cycles before they can remarry, and their husbands reserve the right to take them back within that period because the men are a degree above them. So all a woman has to do is wait and be patient for the man to change his mind and take her back. Verse 230. So if a husband divorces his wife 3 times, then it is not lawful for him to remarry her until after she has married another man and then is divorced. Then it is permissible for them to reunite. What sleeping with another man could possibly do to the marriage? Verse 282 says that the testimony of a man is equal to 2 women. Because women are forgetful, they are intellectually challenged. Let's go to Surah An-Nisa, verse 3. Allah gave permission to men that they could marry 4 wives at the same time, and if men fear they might fail to give orphans their rights, then sleep with them, as if the orphan's needs are sexual. Verse 11, in inheritance, the share of a male is twice the share of a woman. Verse 15 states that women found guilty of lewdness should be confined to house arrest until death. But in the verse after, for the men they should be left alone if they repent and amend their ways. Verse 24. Also, married women are forbidden except those captives in your possession. This is Allah's commandment to you. So Allah made it lawful to sleep with married women as long as they're captives from war. So if you feel guilty, don't. Allah is all-wise. These hadiths prove that some men were shy enough to ask about having sex with married women which they know their husband. But sure enough, Allah sends down Surah 424 so men won't feel guilty by taking women captive and raping them. Because Allah is most high. Surah An-Nisa 34 says men are in charge of women, because Allah hath made the one of them to excel the other, and because they spend of their property for the support of women. And if you sense ill conduct from your women, advise them first. If they persist, do not share their beds, but if they still persist, then beat them. In the Arabic, there is no discipline them gently. As you can see in the hadith speaking on the subject, Muhammad made it lawful to hit your wife. Even Aisha got some beatings as she narrated. Muhammad gave me a shove in the chest that hurt me. And in other occasions she said, I have not seen any woman suffering as much as the believing women. Look, her skin is greener than her clothes. In several hadiths, Muhammad says that majority of people in hell are women because they are mentally deficient. A woman asked him what he means by that. His answer was, you curse a great deal and you are ungrateful to your husbands, and I have never seen anyone lacking in discernment and religion more overwhelming to a man of wisdom than you. Jabir reported God's messenger as saying, a woman advances in the form of a devil and retires in the form of a devil. Well, that's obvious. If women are in hell, hell is the devil's home. Muhammad said, the woman is like a rib. If you try to straighten her, she will break. So if you want to get benefit from her, do so while she still has some crookedness. You comment on that because I'm out of words. It is reported that Muhammad said when a man calls his wife to come to his bed and she refuses and he spends the night angry, the angels curses her till the morning. So angels are mad for the man who didn't get satisfied by his woman. That makes sense. And even further, if a man asks his wife for sex, she should obey immediately and not prolong his wait.
In the Quran itself, a woman is her husband is referred to as her Baal, which literally means her Lord. The idea that she would have consent in the marriage itself, this is stated in so many different ways in the Quran. But classical Muslim interpreters of the Quran, some of them said that the woman's main responsibility in a marriage is to fulfill the sexual needs of her husband, and for that reason, the husband has the right and a claim to this, and she cannot refuse. So some of them even speak of the possibility that the man could force himself onto his wife, and she cannot refuse because that is his right. Of course,
Muhammad said, if I would order someone to prostrate himself before another, it would be for a woman to prostrate to her husband. Prostrate means worship. Muslim women wake up. In 2008, a man asked a sheikh, Is it obligatory for the husband to provide medical treatment for his wife? According to the majority of fuqaha from the four madhabs, the husband is not obliged because that it is not one of the essential needs. Rather, it is something extraneous. Muhammad said, "People who make a woman their ruler will never prosper." All the female CEOs, principals, ministers, queens throughout history failed as leaders because of their femininity. Muhammad said that women lack virtue, have a bad character and feeble mind. They are evil omen like a house and a horse. Muhammad appreciates women loud and clear. The prayer of a Muslim would be cut off by an ass, a woman, and a black dog. To make things worse, the objection in this hadith is not why Muhammad included women. It is about the color of the dog. Muhammad said, "After me, I have not left any trial more severe to men than women." It makes you wonder what kind of women were in that era. They must have been monsters. In Islam, women has rights. Her husband should feed her as he feeds himself and clothe her as he clothes himself. He should not strike her on the face nor disfigure her, and he should not abandon her except in the house. Since the role model of Islam is Muhammad, and if he lusted for a baby, then it's sunnah. There's no minimum age of marriage in Islam.
هو اولا ليس هناك في الشرع تحديد لسن الزواج. على طول كده ليس هناك في الشرع تحديد لسن الزواج.
Al-Mufakhaza is when the man put his thing between the legs of a little girl, when she's not ready yet for penetration.
فاخذ عند الشيعة حلال أم حرام؟
كل المذاهب لا إشكال فيها.
لا إشكال.
كل المذاهب الإسلامية.
Even if the child is his by DNA, but there's no contract of marriage between him and her mother, the child is considered not his.
حاجه يتزوج ابنته من الزنا. يجوز للرجل الزاني ان يتزوج ابنته من الزنا. هو لو عرفنا بنت، بنت يعني ايه؟ بنت هو متى تكون بنتا؟ متى تكون
دي يعني ايه قال بنت؟ بالحديث النهارده بنشوف النهارده دي يعني ايه قصد النووي قال بنت؟
بنت يعني ايه؟ البنت الشرعيه قائمه على زواج شرعي.
يعني كانت تقول يعني الورق في ورقه وعقد
عقد فتره النسب حيث لا يوجد عقد زواج فلا نسب.
Women can be accursed and removed from the mercy of Allah according to Muhammad. The concept of cursing indicates that these actions are considered major sins and can lead to disgrace in this world and a hereafter. Let's see some of these actions. Tattooing and getting tattooed, plucking eyebrows. Women who pluck their eyebrows and those who have it done are also accursed. Creating space between teeth for beauty. Women who file their teeth for the purpose of beauty, altering the creation of Allah, and those who have it done are accursed. Adding false hair. Both the provider of false hair and the one who gets it done are accursed. A woman whose husband is angry at her. Those who imitate men. Women ungrateful to their husbands. Women who wear perfume and go out. Ali reported the Prophet saying, "Women have 10 arat. When she gets married, the husband covers 1, and when she dies, the grave covers the 10. An aura is a thing to be ashamed of. She should cover all her body. Even she shouldn't speak in public because her voice is aura too." Lastly, what is the condition for the women to enter paradise? Muhammad said, "Any woman who dies with her husband is pleased with her, will enter paradise." That should be manageable. I mean, what he could possibly ask from her. If a woman offered one of her breasts to be cooked and the other to be roasted, she still will fall short of fulfilling her obligations to her husband. And besides that, if she disobeys her husband even for a twinkling of an eye, she would be thrown in the lowest part of hell. And if blood, suppuration, and pus were to pour from the husband's nose and the wife licked it with her tongue, she would still never be able to fulfill his rights over her. Yay, equality. As for women who are married in this life, in paradise, they will lower their gaze and avoid looking at men other than their husbands, so they do not think that there is anything in paradise that is more handsome than their husbands. And they will not feel jealous of the huris because Allah will remove whatever bitterness they had in their hearts. In the end, the great Muslim scholar and philosopher Ghazali sums it up. The most satisfying and final word on the matter is that marriage is a form of slavery. The woman is man's slave, and her duty, therefore, is absolute obedience to the husband in all that he asks of her person.